Hey guys, Tyler here from Nat 180. Welcome back to part 2 of our How to DM Your First Campaign series. This is a series where I'm going to show you how to make your first campaign, as well as some tips and tricks on how to make it more immersive and memorable. Today we're going to be talking about your very first session. Now, if you remember in part 1, which if you haven't watched, please go back there should be a card right here. In part 1, we talked about some general stuff, as well as some free resources, talking to your players, very basic stuff. But now we're going to talk about making your first session. We're not going to waste much time here, just make sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell for more content. Ready? Let's jump in. So first, you're going to need to write out an outline of exactly what you want to happen. For example, the party starts off inside of a tavern, and a strange old man gives them a mission. Help! My pigs have been getting stolen by a mysterious and deadly creature. If you help, I'll pay you gold. Pretty simple, right? Alright, let's keep going. The party accepts the job. They go outside to investigate. Well, hold on, let's stop right there. The guy might be an absolute lunatic. At least, that might be what one of your party members are thinking. The team is going to want to investigate. There are also other players who love role-playing and dialogue. Here's what you want to prepare when that comes up. Come up with some buildings and NPCs in the nearby area. This way your party can ask questions or find supplies to help them on their quest. If you make an armory, make sure you write down things like what they sell, how much everything is going to cost, etc. Don't make every single being inside of the world of your campaign, just draft the ones you think are going to be relevant. Improv is going to be your best friend whenever you have players who dive off of your rails. So if you want to learn more about improvising, comment down below. It's one of my favorite parts of DMing, and I'd love an excuse to make it a video. Anyways, there are a lot more unpredictable things that can happen. Like, what if your party goes to the armory and they try to haggle? They may want to use a persuasion check. Look, you can write down persuasion checks and the passing values for every single NPC you ever make, but it's going to be exhausting. So when in doubt, and to save time, think of how difficult something is going to be, and then look at this helpful chart I've got here for you to figure out what the value should be of their roll. This will be available whenever you need it. You'll also want to make relevant rewards for whenever people succeed these checks. Maybe someone rolls high against an armorer whenever they're asking for a discount and it becomes half off. Perhaps if they get a nat 20, they could even get it for free. This is all speculative though. It really depends on how you want your story to go. But always reward things like nat 20s. People love getting nat 20s, and you'd be kind of a dick if you didn't let them get something cool. And if a nat 20 conflicts with your story in some way, maybe you don't have to necessarily give them what they're rolling for, but something related to getting what they're trying to get. We'll talk about nat 20s more in another video. If you can let your party talk to people in town for their objective, it's going to help a lot. But let's talk about going to the actual objective itself. Eventually the party will run out of things to do, or they'll just want to get straight into the action. Remember the old man? Well, he said the pigs were at his farm, so you're probably going to want to have them go to the farm. Craft some good things for them to investigate whenever they're searching. A perception check can be used to spot clues, while investigative checks can be used to understand them. If they see animal tracks, maybe they'll need to roll survival. Or if they see blood, they'll need to roll medicine to figure out what type of blood it is. Whatever you do, don't outright give your party the answer, but let them discover it in their own roles. That being said, it's time for the meat and potatoes, and in my opinion, the best part, the battle. Everyone is going to arms as they're fighting the first beast, and I can tell you right now, there is no more exciting moment in your entire campaign than the first initiative roll. Now wait a second, before we keep going, it may have occurred to you that we don't exactly know what our first beast is going to be yet. D&D Beyond has a lot of really good organization for all the different creatures there are, but sometimes they might be paid. So if you see the name of a monster that costs money, just look it up somewhere else and you'll probably be able to find it on a wiki or something. Usually what I do is put the monster's name and put stat block. It's that easy. You'll want to make sure you find a good first beast, and make sure that it's level appropriate. If your party is level 1, I doubt you want them fighting a Demogorgon. You can find all the info you need for this. I personally make all the sheets for my encounters, but that's only because D&D doesn't really have giant robots. At least, not typically. But still, if you pick out one or more enemies for your encounter, your party's bound to have fun whenever initiative hits. After the party is done, they're going to want to go back and collect their reward. Now there should always be a reward for completing an objective in your campaign. And there should always be a reward for whenever you finish a session. Even if the party loses, you want to maintain that level of closure so that everyone's entertained and engaged. If, for example, one of your players gets severely injured in battle, maybe a mysterious figure gives them something to boost their armor class. Make sure to make these things tasteful though. There are so many intricate parts about the actual writing point of D&D, and that's gonna have to be their own video. Your first session is going to be fantastic. Just be creative and experiment. And especially make sure to incorporate some of the things you heard in this video. Remember, structure, but also freedom. With that point, in the next video, we'll be talking a little bit more about railroading, when it's appropriate, and when you want to stay away. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Make sure to comment down below about your first sessions. I am so excited to hear about your D&D journey. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell to stay updated with our latest content. We're always going to be pumping out new stuff so that you can be the best DM you can be. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Tyler from Nat180, and I'll see you next time. At least one of your... Wow. I just like spit like right at the camera. Hawk to it, bro. If you make an armory, make sure you write that... Bleh. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, hit the bell for more D&D content, and keep up to date with our